After Money in the Bank and Roman Reigns taking his first pinfall loss as the Tribal Chief, SmackDown started with the Usos, and it was great to hear MSG singing the Usos theme song. Very, very cool indeed. Love this babyface run for them. It would be Solo and Heyman would come out. Solo didn't seem to be on the same page as Paul Heyman. Lots of people speculating Solo could turn on Roman, who came out a little bit later, all by himself. I thought that image alone was just eerie and cool. Like, we haven't seen Roman make an entrance by himself in years. What would happen next, to coin the phrase, was cinema. We saw the Usos give Exhibit A, showing Roman at his worst, and it would come to Roman and Jey. Roman would then say, I don't need this. He would put the lay on Jey Uso. It looked as though Jey Uso had become the new Tribal Chief. Roman even threw the Unified Championship out of the ring, took to his knees in front of Jey Uso. At this point, you're thinking, what the hell is going on? Roman Reigns was legitimately crying in the middle of the ring. Obviously, we wondered with his ego and stuff, the loss, what would happen. He suckered Jey Uso in for a giant low blow. I'm the first to admit I'm a giant mark, but this was absolute gold. What a segment from WWE. What a twist. We would then have the beatdown as a helpless Jey Uso would watch Roman and Solo destroy Jimmy Uso. Jey would get involved, not be successful. Later in the night, we would see, well, shortly after, we'd see Jey Uso accompanying Jimmy in an ambulance. Obviously, the beatdown was quite severe. Championships to the skull, steel stairs bouncing off the skull for Jimmy Uso. But I feel like the talking point following this was that Solo did have Roman's back. However, when he picked up the lay in the ring, he didn't hand it to Roman Reigns. Jey Uso intervened, and obviously it never got handed over. Was Solo thinking about being the Tribal Chief? Did Solo Sikoa want the lay? Oh, man. And you got to think, with the Bloodline Civil War getting 40 million views across WWE social media, the fact this is a continuing story. What the hell is this one from SmackDown going to do? Whatever they do at SummerSlam's probably going to top that too. This is things you might have missed from Friday Night SmackDown. We're back to normal if you haven't already hit the like button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. After we saw Jimmy Uso getting loaded onto the ambulance, we cut back to the arena itself with Wade Barrett and Michael Cole. Look at the right of the screen, okay? I thought this was just weird. There is a guy laying on the floor, pulling himself up. Who is this guy? Why is he on the floor? And what the hell happened to him? Austin Theory would retain the United States Championship tonight. This was actually the first match of SmackDown. It actually looked like Sheamus could be on the verge of winning. But of course, it was pretty deadly coming out, causing a distraction. Sheamus seemed to see him off first. A big distraction, though. Roll him up by Theory, grabbing at the tights. Everything it takes for the heel Austin Theory to win. Austin Theory remains United States Champion. WWE would highlight some of the biggest moments of WWE at MSG tonight, which is really cool. Of course, this came seconds before the Grayson Waller effect with a rated R superstar Edge. Makes a ton of sense. Edge has a lot of history in MSG. The crowd went bananas for Edge. Again, singing his theme song. WWE crowds recently are just red hot, and it's great to see. Even Michael Cole is a fan of Grayson Waller, and I know that to be true because the name literally says not fake Michael Cole, so convince me otherwise. But Grayson would announce that Edge was going to retire, and this was the last time he'll be in Madison Square Gardens. Instead, Edge said no. Edge said, in fact, I've been talking to the powers that be, and I'm wrestling a match tonight here on SmackDown against Grayson Waller. That is insane. Grayson Waller's first match in WWE's main roster is against Edge. And their match got a lot of time, to be fair, and I think this was a really big moment for Grayson Waller. As Edge said, time to sink or swim. His presentation was pretty much identical to NXT. Very interesting in seeing Edge try to work out Grayson Waller, almost as if to say that he's never seen someone like Grayson Waller, which I think putting someone in Edge's position to do that makes a ton of sense, because instantly the crowd recognized Grayson Waller as unique. And there's no doubt, Grayson Waller had moments in this match where he absolutely shone. That sort of slide out of the ring into the clothesline looked really, really nice. And it's not something you actually see people do. But it was a vicious spear by Edge to end the match. Edge successful in Madison Square Garden. Honestly though, Grayson Waller looked like a star. To have Edge at the end of the match come back in with a microphone and say, "You swam," that puts over Waller astronomically. News came out today regarding LA Knight and the fact that LA Knight is among the top merch sellers in WWE. An impressive feat considering his brand new Yeah t-shirt only came out last week. That's really cool to hear for LA Knight. Karrion Kross took on AJ Styles this week. A very short match which saw AJ Styles pick up the win. Now, I wonder if this was short because obviously if you look at Karrion Kross, he's clearly got some kind of leg injury going on. I've not seen any sort of rumblings on the dirt sheets about this, so I don't think it's a storyline thing because there's nothing played out on TV, but hopefully Karrion Kross is okay. I'm presuming with that bandage and stuff on that he's working hurt, so that's probably why the match was short tonight, but hopefully it's not a long-term issue, because that's definitely not what Karrion Kross needs right now. We had a brawl for the women's division tonight as Asuka got beaten up by Bianca Belair. Charlotte Flair would come out and get involved. Just as you think Asuka has it all under control, though, you knew it was coming, right? Io Sky would come out with a briefcase looking like she's about to cash in. Interestingly here, Bayley helped Io. Now, we was wondering if Damage Control could be on the verge of breaking up. In this segment specifically, they looked like they were on the same page. It looked as though Bayley was going to help Io cash in successfully until Bianca stopped the cash in. Obviously, Charlotte would then boot Io in the face. But nonetheless, Io Sky making the point that she is now a threat. Just as big as Charlotte, just as big as Bianca for Asuka's championship title. Well, much like the show started, it ended with the Bloodline in the ring, Roman and Solo. But when Roman's music was playing, did you hear the Shield theme song? I did. Oh my gosh, what does that mean? But nonetheless, the Uso himself, Jey Uso, would come out more fired up than probably ever before. And he said, "Now I gotta get you." He is the judge, he is the jury, he is the executioner. Holding Roman's title in his hand. Will Roman accept the challenge? I think he will. SummerSlam main event, anyone? I thought this was an okay show. Some of the matches seemed quite rushed. Shame there wasn't a women's match, to be honest, after the fallout of Money in the Bank and everything. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video. Out of 10, I gotta give this show an 8. I think the Bloodline stuff carried it. See you next time. Peace!